Welcome, guys, to the new season of the Den season. What season? What season we in?
Season 5.
Season 5, episode 1. I'm your host, Higher Level.
I'm Jay Till.
And I'm Ariana, the New Orleans fact checker.
Listen, we got a couple of people that's out today. DJ D-Lex is under the weather. Kofi's had some business to take care of, but the show got to go on. So, guys, how have your week been so far, man?
It's been cool so far, so good. I just came back from California. It was dope out there.
I just came back from DC's graduation season. My last baby hit the stage for high school, so I think I'm out the water, dog. I'm definitely out the water.
You definitely
If I have
cried.
another kid after this, I deserve what I get.
He definitely cried, though.
Yeah.
Something about those girls, bro. Like, it's just a different...
But if you know me, everybody know me as a crybaby. Like when it comes to her,
Yeah.
the waterworks fly. The waterworks fly. How was your week?
I didn't do no major traveling like you guys, but I did travel into Wayne's World. I spent my weekend listening to the new Carter.
Now you know that's like one of the biggest topics that's out right now. The Carter. Everybody's saying does it live up to the hype of his last albums? And I won't go first on this. Me personally, I don't think so, but that's because I'm not a big Lil Wayne fan. You know what I'm saying? I've never been a big Lil Wayne fan. Like Lollipop Wayne, I rocks with that. The song he did with Destiny's Child, I rocks with that Wayne. This Wayne, nah, I can't. For the album, out of 10, I give it like a 5.
Let's talk about it. So, you spent the weekend in Wayne's World. How you feel about it?
It's a typical Wayne album.
See that, and that's what I'm talking about.
There's some songs I like, but there's more that I didn't like. I think I would have liked to see some elevation in Wayne's lyrics. It's the same thing: sex, drugs,
Molly,
money. But there's definitely some songs I'll play again, probably in the gym. But it's Wayne.
hey, so you don't think it got any like club bangers on there?
No, no, definitely not.
He in your opinion, do he make club banging music?
No. He make club banging music on mixtapes. Right? Like, that's what Wayne is, and we'll get into that a little bit. Wayne a mixtape rapper, bro. And when I say that, people seem to take it disrespectfully, but that's just the truth. That's what it is. Like, he's the greatest mixtape rapper of all time. Like, that's where his best efforts come in the mixtape scene. His albums always subpar to me. That's just me. I don't know. You more of a fan, so how you feel about the albums?
Like I said, every Wayne album, there were certain things I liked, and there was things I didn't like. I'm for the home team, so I'm always gonna root for Wayne. But this one, I'm just not feeling it. He do have one song that I like in particular, and I think it's called Hip Hop. But I think the reason why I like that because it reminds me of Rock the Bells.
Wait,
Rock
is
the
that
Bells.
I think the song is called Bells. That's what you're talking about?
Oh, it's called Bells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I ain't like that at all.
I like that one.
What you didn't like about it?
The production, I ain't like the production on the album and that particular song. I didn't care for the production, but lyrically, I'm seeing a lot of people saying, "Oh, Wayne fell off," and they comparing him to the Wizards, Jordan, and all that stuff. All these memes out there,
Right. I saw that.
But lyrically, if you a fan of the rapper, like, I don't think there's fall off. Like, he's still spitting how he spits. He a lot of clever stuff on there. A lot of double entendres and stuff like that. But I think they're not a fan of the production more than anything.
When you say production, right? First thing that came to my mind was the album rushed out because of the whole Super Bowl shit? Like, did they
Great
rush
point.
the release of the album?
Great
Now I don't know when was his last album.
His last one was in 2020.
So you can't say it's a rush because it's been 5 years. But was he gonna drop this album like right now? Like, was he gonna release it around this time? And that was always the case. or did he put it out because of everything with the Super Bowl and Kendrick Lamar and all that shit?
So that's a great point, actually. Like, yeah, I don't think it was rushed, but it was influenced by the Super Bowl, right? Like some of the things you seen on there. What's the one you talked about with Wyclef, where I told you they went all the way to Italy to get that approved?
Oh, with Andre Bocelli.
Him, that one. I forgot the name of the song, but they said in that interview that we discussed on the previous episode. If you read that article, they talked about how they wanted him to clean up his image some and do some things that he really didn't want to do or he had not done in order to make himself more appealing for the Super Bowl. So I think some of this album has to do with that. I think some of those things that they did were in preparation to try to get him on that Super Bowl. And when it didn't happen, I mean, you don't throw away the material, you still have it.
Right.
So I don't think it was rushed per se, because like you say, it's been 5 years. But that's a great point. I do think the Super Bowl influenced the project.
I also think this this project speaks to him not being connected. Like how in depth can the lyrics be
if you're not on social
if
media,
you're not connected?
right.
So you're gonna talk about the things that you do. Thanks.
And you're the only motherfucker that does these things. Well, you're part of the 1% that does. Like, we can't relate to the shit that he does because we ain't doing it. We ain't flying jets. We ain't like, we like how the shit sound, but like, can we really relate to this shit?
I have a question for y'all. Do y'all think Wayne is at the point in his career where he's making music for himself and not for the audience?
He's been there.
Been there.
So then why we keep having this debate? If Wayne is the greatest, if this project is great, it's for him.
Right, but
So to that point, right? I don't see why so many people disappointed. It's a typical Lil Wayne album. Now, I will say, I'm not gonna front the production and some of the things he tried to do differently. It puts it more to the bottom of the totem pole if we ranking Lil Wayne project, right? Like, it does put it more towards the bottom. But lyrically and what he talked about, subject matter, that has not changed in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? That ain't changed in 20 years. Now, so if you say him being detached from the rest of the world influences that music, it's been that way for 20 years.
But I really don't. That whole detached shit just came about. He was not always like that.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't know. Just came about. It's been a little while, but you're right. It ain't been.
It ain't been like that from jump.
Right.
You know what I'm
right,
saying? So
right.
it's just like. Now I got a question for y'all. Do y'all think his music would be better part of the group or him being a solo artist?
That's a good question because I think that's what people anticipated with this.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they thought they was gonna get the Hot Boys Wayne because we saw the reunion happen and stuff. And I think they forgot that this is the Wayne we've been consistently getting when he went solo.
But why you thought? I mean, you ain't getting the Hot Boys. Nobody from none of the Hot Boys.
What you mean?
You're not getting that version of them from any of them.
No, I'm saying versus not the old version, but even if there was a new version of them today, I think the album would have been better if it was all of them that made an album versus just Wayne.
Stylistically, I don't know if it'll work. Now they can pull it off.
I think they could.
It's gonna, but to me, it's always gonna sound like Lil Wayne featuring the Hot Boys.
Right.
Like, it's never gonna have that cohesion of 97 and
I
that's
think
over.
I'm sorry. I think the other thing too is like we were introduced to all of them as a group. And then when everybody ventured off, they have their hits, like, right? But even if we talk about Juvenile have other projects, but we still hooked on 400 Degrees. BG have other projects, but we still hooked on Chopper City. I think that's what they want from Wayne. But Wayne is a rock star. I think I told both of y'all that. Like, when I saw him at the Jazz Fest, Wayne is different. And I don't think that's what people are accepting from him. Like, he played the guitar a lot. Like, even some of his choices and
We don't care about that. We don't care about him playing the guitar and shit. Like, I speak for myself. Like I think the younger generation, we don't really fancy. Well, I'm not part
you
of
in the
the.
younger generation.
Wait. I'm not part of the younger generation by far, but what I'm saying is like the younger generation ain't looking at, oh man, he could play the guitar, he producing, he knows how to produce a song from start to finish. No, they just want the club banger.
And that's another great point. Wayne is the old nigga now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the OG.
He been the old. Listen, if you think about it, the majority of the people that's complaining are us.
Yeah,
Right.
I can see that. I can see that.
Because we the one that had that history. We the one that remember all this. The younger generation, they've been introduced to him in the last decade, a little more of a decade, right? We the ones who go back. Bro, the first time we heard Lil Wayne was in 1997.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's almost 30 years. Like, we've been listening and hearing Lil Wayne way before the deal, way before Universal, way before, even before the Hot Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't all start out as a group. BG True Story, Lil Wayne, it was the BGs. Lil Wayne
BG.
and BG did an album called True Story. I think that was 1996, right? They were on that album together. It was them two. BG then took the name BG and created for himself. Lil Wayne became Lil Wayne. He moved away from the label for a short time, and then they came back. So people forget, like, not to get too far off in it, BG ran the city.
Yeah?
Man, BG ran New Orleans for like 2 years, right? Juvenile took everything over when 400 Degrees came out. Like, but prior to that, they were rocking with Juvie. Don't get me wrong. Like, Soldier Rags was a big album. They was rocking with it. But BG was the forefront of that label at that point. 400 Degrees came through and changed everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we've been listening to Wayne for a long time, bro. Lyrically, I think I'm not a huge Lil Wayne fan. I've never been a huge Lil Wayne fan. But I can't ignore the genius associated with it. He's a elite rhymesmith, right? An elite rhymer of words. I can't never take that from him.
Would you give him he's a storyteller?
No, that's what he lacks. To me,
Okay.
that's what he lacked. Like when I rank the greatest rappers, like that's what he missing. He don't tell stories. He don't have that creative song to attach to him. He don't have
So is that fair?
Wow.
He's not a storyteller for y'all,
No,
but he's a storyteller for the niggas in the hood.
he's
No, he's
not.
not.
He's
Yes,
not
he
telling.
is.
No, he's not.
Ari, he's not telling no
can't-
Yes, he
stories.
You
is.
making something. You
He's
can't
rhyming-
create
he's
something.
rhyming
That's not
shit.
good.
What
He just
matters?
rhyming.
What matters to hood niggas?
But no, a story is a story. You
But
can't-
that's a hood nigga's story.
Like
No, it's
what?
not.
Like
what
what?
No, it's
matters
not.
to them?
What's a story?
What matters to them?
No, but what's a
drugs,
story?
money, bitches, right? But he's not putting that into
He's
a
not
story.
putting that to a story though. A story is
He was
a
like,
format.
he was
It's
like,
not
I
it's
bring
not an
the
idea.
Molly, she bring the body,
Yeah.
and
If
we
that's
fuck,
the
we
case,
fuck all
every-
night long in the lobby.
If that's
That's
the
the
case,
story.
that's not a story.
That's the story.
If that's
That
the case,
is the story.
if that's the case, then you can say every single rapper is a storyteller, and that's not true.
But it depends on how you looking at it. For the average, we speaking of, you're not a hood dude. You're not a hood dude. We speaking from niggas from the hood. You're telling my story. I woke up that morning. I bop my girl. I went and got my dope. I sold it. I got loaded. That is their everyday story.
That's not a
I
story.
think when y'all talk about storytelling, we talk about give me a storyteller, a rapper, a storyteller.
Nas.
But he speaks of the same thing. I just think it's different, and I think it's where he comes from. But when Nas and them first came out, what was the group Nas and them had?
You ever listen to Nas?
No, but what was the group that Nas had?
He was in the firm.
The Firm. They talked about the same shit, but it's
Nah,
two.
No.
I
It's
can't
two
give you that. I
different
can't
things.
give you that.
Everybody talked about gangster
Yeah,
rap.
No, they
but
didn't.
you
Yeah,
sit
I
down,
think
you
you
sit
gotta
down, you
really
listen
go
to
back
the,
and
you
listen
listen
to
to,
them.
you listen to the firm. You're like,
Yeah.
you could actually picture yourself in that motherfucker. Like,
Right. And I can also picture Today Was a Good Day with Ice Cube. But I also,
A story.
Hanging Uptown can picture that story also. I just think it's not fair for y'all to be like,
But what story?
the
Pick a story though. Like
hood nigga story.
Listen.
I don't know Wayne lyrics like that to
all
be like,
of them are hood nigga stories. Everybody we talk about. They
right, but
hood
that's what
guys.
I'm saying. But it's just different types of how that, I don't even know how to say what I'm trying to say.
You're confusing a story with a lifestyle. That's two totally different things. If you're saying that he's describing the lifestyle of a certain, you can say that.
Yeah,
But it's not
yeah.
a story when this is how this started, this happened, and this ended. He's just talking. He's just talking about stuff that hood people can relate to, but that's not a story.
Okay, let's
there's a
talk.
difference.
Let me ask you this: is this a story? Up early in the morning.
I mean, be more specific.
Up early in the morning. PNC. Is that a story? I'm
No.
up early. But they went through their entire day. They told the
He
story.
just say that's the lifestyle. He
It's a
just said it. It's a
not
lifestyle.
story.
That's how they live it.
I think y'all
Okay,
selective on who tells the story.
Okay, I can't remember the song to save my life. Renee.
What we talking about?
Renee.
Yeah.
That's a story.
Yeah. The gift of love is a love that we live.
That's a story. So
I don't think that's fair because I think you're not a hood dude and you come from New York in the islands, and I think you a musician, so it does not count. But like for me,
Are you a hood
fan,
dude?
but I've been in the hood.
Me
I've
too.
been around a lot of hood niggas.
Me too. Just because I'm not a hood
No,
person don't mean we
that's not
from
what
the
I'm
hood.
saying. But what I'm saying is, just because it's not the way you would tell a story, does not mean it's telling the story to these people that like
all
Wayne.
right. So you're an educator, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go and you're educating your kids and you want to read them a story, you're not going to describe certain things that they do. You're not going to say, "Oh, I ate my grits and I didn't."
Great point.
Right? You're going to
Great point.
read them a story.
Great point.
A story has an what is it? The beginning, the intro, then there's the climax, and then there's phases to a story. He's not telling a story. He's just talking about stuff he liked to do. He says, "I like to F the world, and this, and I smoke this blunt, I pop this Molly." He's just describing things he does. Is that a story though?
That's his story. And this, since you brought up education, we are no longer allowed to read stories to the kids.
wow.
Right.
We give them the book and they tell us their version of what they see through pictures, or they tell us about the story. They're telling their story.
It's not the same.
I agree with James.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree with James. Like, not every rapper. So that's like somebody coming to tell me that. What's the little guy name with all the tattoos on his face?
Which one?
Which one?
The one that snitched and went to jail and he came out
6ix9ine.
6ix9ine. He's no way fucking close to being a storyteller,
No.
right? So if every rapper gonna come out here and say they everyday life, they can't be storytellers. They just saying what the fuck they do.
And is it a story are you telling the story if you didn't really do it?
True. You just copying somebody's lifestyle, like American Gangster. That right there, like that's what we talking about storytelling, Ari. Like
So when you let your fact checker.
American Gangster, what?
So when you pull up what style of an artist Lil Wayne is,
What they put?
Lil Wayne is often recognized for his storytelling abilities in
God.
his music.
Shout out to Google.
Shout out Google. Shout out Google for the bullshit.
Nah. Tell me a story.
I think he's telling a story, but it's just not the story that
Right.
you want to hear.
But no, it's not about what I want to hear. It's a story. Like, tell me the story that he told that you resonate with.
And you find as though if it's a story, you can remember the lyrics better, right?
I don't know about that because I don't really just know nobody lyrics.
Like, what's a
that.
Lil Wayne song about? We would all agree that a story is typically about something, right? What is a Wayne song about?
The
What's your favorite
typical
Wayne song?
things.
What's your favorite Wayne song?
I got to think about that one.
You got a favorite Wayne song?
Not that I could put my hand
Yeah.
on.
What's a favorite song? Who your favorite rappers are? Name a couple of them.
Man, y'all know me. Mine's a little baby. Y'all already know me. Y'all already know how I'm rocking like that.
What is Biggie's song? Is it The Warning?
The Warning.
That's a
That's my
that's
favorite
a
song.
fucking story.
That's a story.
That's a story,
That's my
Ari.
favorite song.
That's
It
what
has a
that's what we
start and
talking
a
about.
finish.
That's what we talking about.
He didn't
That's
just
my song.
describe.
He told you what happened, like
He told
niggas
you the
broken.
right.
You know what I'm
There's
saying?
A sequence.
But I just said the same thing, and you said that's not a story. When we talk about Up Early in the Morning with PNC,
Well, tell me
they
what the
talked
story was
about
about.
their entire day.
Well, tell me what it was about.
We just know it's. I don't remember the lyrics per verbatim, but we know they started off from waking up in the morning to how they went through a typical New Orleans day for them. That was their story. What makes their story any different than Biggie's story?
The way you tell it. It's like, okay, so if I come to read Little Red Riding Hood to you, right? And I'm just like reading it straight from the book. Little Red Riding Hood, she went to the wolf and blah, 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 blah. If somebody else, like a teacher, come read it, there'll be more facial expressions, more hype, like, guys, this is the Little Red Riding Hood, shit like that. Like, to be a storyteller, you gotta be, I give Wayne that he's animated and his wordplay is tremendously,
Tremendous, yeah.
like, can't fuck with him with that. But as far as being a storyteller, I can't give him that. I can't give him the best rapper alive neither.
No, I wouldn't give him that either.
Like when he say he the best rapper dead or alive, sorry kid, I can't give you that. Like I got a lot of rappers ahead of Wayne.
He an elite rhyme of words, dog. Like I can see why people feel that way. That's just not my personal opinion.
Can I say this? Can I say he would be a good battle rapper?
No,
No.
Nah.
can't stay on subject.
So if it was supposed when I say battle rapper, I don't mean like how they be doing it right now when they just go in a little cipher circle. Like I'm talking about if somebody challenge him like how Kendrick Lamar challenged Drake.
So I'm glad you brought that up. That actually happened.
Who
I
challenged Wayne?
texted that earlier. We were talking about that. Pusha T
Challenged Wayne?
years ago, and Wayne actually had a whole diss record towards Pusha T, and it was so trash that Pusha T never responded, and it just kind of went away. That's just not his lane. He's great at who he is, right? And sometimes it don't involve a whole lot of thinking or a whole lot of thought process in terms of staying on this particular subject. So that just wasn't his thing. That wasn't his thing. But yeah, man, it's not his thing. He is who he is. And I think people need to just acknowledge who he is and acknowledge his greatness in that and where he come from. We can always look at him differently because we know where he come from. We know the struggle of coming from here. We know where they started. Like I said, we've been listening to this dude since 1997. So shouts
His
out to
first
Wayne.
solo project was 1999. That was his very first solo.
Yeah, The Block is Hot. That was a solo. He had already done the Bee Gees album, the True Story album, and then a Hot Boy album. 2 Hot Boy albums before that, right? So,
And
shout out
I
to Wayne.
think this is also one that we have to just play out, right? Because nothing has made it to the radio yet. Nothing has been
Yeah, but
played
on
over and
iTunes,
over.
he's number 1 already.
Oh, he gonna be number
He's
one.
gonna be number one. He has a core audience,
Yeah.
right? But I remember when the Uproar came out, nobody was a fan of that. That was the first time we saw that style with who was that? Swiss Beats with Wayne.
Great point. I'm glad you brought that up. So even that record was just a freestyle. He got on the track, he just flowed to it, had no hook or nothing. Swiss had to take something from the verse and create a hook to make it a song. Wayne didn't even like the hook.
We didn't like it when we first heard it.
He didn't like it. He still didn't like it,
Yeah.
right? Like he just wanted it to be a freestyle. But Swiss was like, no, the only way we can release it, I gotta put it in song format. So he actually created that song. It was just a freestyle where Wayne rapped all the way through it. Swiss actually cut it, took those parts out. That's why the hook is it's kind of weak in my opinion. But Swiss did a good job, created that record, and was able to release it. So let's recognize what Wayne is and who he is. Let's pay more attention to the greatness of it than how we feel about each individual project. Now, one thing that people keep saying I don't agree with, oh, you got to spend more time, you got to listen to it. 3, 4 months.
Nah,
Not when it's hot.
I don't believe so.
I don't believe
to,
that.
to listen to something over and over just to get you put a banger on once is a banger.
It's a banger, right?
It's a banger.
Now you may appreciate songs more than you did initially, like that always happens. But if I gotta listen to something 3, 4 times to see if it's hot, you never had to do that with the classic albums, right? That's kind of a new thing. The youngsters always say, "Oh, you gotta listen to it 3."
Nah.
Now when we were coming up, you know, like when it was hot, it was hot. So, but shout out to Wayne. I don't think it's a bad
You
album.
listening to something 3, 4 times if that shit is a banger. You're like, yo. You even get through half the song and you're like, yo, start that shit over.
I don't think it's a bad album. I think it's a Lil Wayne album. They got a couple joints on there that I just don't like at all, and maybe that's where people at. But I think it's a typical Lil Wayne album. So
It ain't living up to the hype. Put it like that.
how many? All right. So if we go back the old Source Magazine mic count, right? Like it's 1 through 5.
Yeah, it's 5 mics.
How many mics you giving it?
That album,
That album?
3.
3 mics. I'm gonna give it 3.5. How many mics you giving it? Out of
4.
1 to 5. Giving it 4?
And y'all know why. I'm always gonna ride with the home team.
But you can't say
that
that.
ain't-
You
that's-
can't.
That's
No,
not
but
being
honest,
that
though.
can't-
That's not being honest,
yeah,
though.
listen to what you're saying. Listen to what you're telling the audience. You're giving them that because it's a home team. So he automatically gets 1 mic off of the string that he's from
Yes,
New Orleans.
For me, yes, because there is not one artist where I just want to listen to their whole CD.
All right. But just let it be known. You said you didn't like the album.
But you're giving it a 4.
But you say 4 out of 10 initially, and now you're giving it 4 out of 5.
No, y'all say 5 mics, right?
But initially you said out of 10, I'm giving it 4 out of 10. But now we're doing 5 mic and go 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5.
All right.
All right, man. So listen,
Moving on. Moving on.
let's move on to the next segment.
Yo, I got a great question for you. We got it off social media. There was a post out there. Who put it up? Game, right?
Mm-hmm.
The question was, and I want y'all to be honest. I'm gonna be honest. Do 50%? So the post said that 50% of married women already have a backup plan. That's what the post said. So
That's what the post said.
We're gonna
Okay.
flip it up and ask the question, and we asking y'all out there too. Do 50% of people in relationships, we're not gonna limit it to them being married, do people in relationships, do 50% of men or women in relationships already have a backup plan? I'm gonna start to my left and swing it this way.
All right. So my
It's gonna
answer
be
to
good.
that will be no. It is not 50%. It is 100%.
Oh,
It is nowhere close to being 50%. My opinion, everybody has a backup plan. Everybody. Married, not married, been together. Everybody got a backup plan. You may not act on your backup plan, but you got one.
then is it a backup plan?
Yeah, it's always a backup plan. It's not a plan where you're gonna say, okay, I'm gonna write down like, yo, if Sheila don't work out, I got Bambi, and if Bambi don't work out, I got this, and the third. No, everybody got that one person that's gonna be like, yo, this shit don't work out, boom, gonna fall in place. Everybody got that one person.
I agree. I think it's more than 50%, and I think every man and woman have a backup plan. I don't think it's written out like you said,
Right.
but I think you may have in your mind, okay, if something happens to my wife, I'm gonna give myself 6 months before I bring somebody else in here to take care of these kids.
Damn.
Yeah, I do think everybody have a backup plan. But it's definitely more than 50%.
So I'm throwing the wife away. I'm already saying like, yo, if I get out of here, and I got this already set up.
I mean, I don't think you. So we're not just talking about cheating, right? We can be talking about a health issue with a debt, anything. I think everybody has like what I'm gonna do
Let's-
if something happens.
Okay, so let's clarify it for the audience. So let's put it on a cheating level. On a, my wife leave me. Do she think I'm gonna be single, or she think I'm gonna be tripping over her? Every person got a backup plan. Every person got somebody that wants to be with them, even though your significant other don't want to be with you. That's just real. So I hate when niggas people be they famous line is you'll never find somebody like me or you never find somebody better than me. You gonna find somebody, but you never gonna be alone. Like to say that nobody don't got a backup plan, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You might not see it as a backup plan, but you got that one person that's in your inbox or in your DMs like waiting for somebody to fuck up.
All right, so what? Before I give my opinion, I'm gonna ask y'all, what does a backup plan look like? Because y'all saying everybody have one, so I got to know what that look like too.
To me, the backup plan is a person you can call on to say, "Yo, I'm not fucking with such and such no more. What's up?" Or even though I'm still fucking with such and such, what's up? Both of them are backup plans. Silence.
Let me hear your opinion before I give mine. Because mine is gonna be lengthy.
I need to know what y'all
No,
think that
mine is gonna be
is.
lengthy.
Because that's a backup. You see, you're thinking as a backup plan, like, okay, if this thing fall through, I'm gonna be with this person. We're gonna start building this kind of lifestyle
that's-
together.
When I think backup plan, that's what I'm thinking.
No, we're not talking about building a lifestyle. We're talking about if your bitch leave you or she cheat on you, do you have somebody else besides her? Or if you want to leave your bitch, do you have somebody else to go to? Everybody got that person.
I think that's true. And I think we give these little playful names and stuff, right?
Side
Like,
chick. You think side chick is not a backup
side
plan?
chick, work or wife husband.
Right.
You calling somebody your work husband,
That's your backup.
you spend time with this person, you like this person.
Let me put this out there. I've never called nobody my work husband. Continue.
You're not going to call him your work husband because you're...
It's a joke. All right, continue.
I think that's initially what the roster is, right? I think when that comes into play is at different stages of people's lives. Like right now I'm single, my roster pretty active.
Is your roster active even if you're not single? Active in the sense of, not to say like, yo, all right, sub, get in. You sit on the bench. No, like, everybody got a roster too.
No, they don't.
I'm telling you. You just don't see it as a roster.
I think you have your little very tiny percentage that might not have a roster. Like I think you do have men that just really want to do the right thing and women. But I think it's more of us that's like, let me keep this over here.
But when you say the right
Time
thing,
out. You ain't even answer your shit yet. You going too deep
I
into
don't
the
believe-
conversation.
I don't believe that everybody got a backup plan. I don't. Now the question was 50%. Y'all say 100. I definitely disagree with that.
What? 100?
100%.
No, I didn't say 100, but
I
I think
did.
it's more than 50.
What would you put it at?
90?
About 70.
What?
About 70%.
That's high.
What
bro.
world do y'all live
That's
in?
about
You talking about that's
70%.
high?
That's high.
What world you living in, bro?
About 70.
I don't
I
have
do-
a backup plan.
I do think. So let me ask you this question:
Right?
if you died today or
If
tomorrow,
I die, god damn.
because I'm
Okay.
serious. You don't want your wife to have a backup plan. You don't want.
No.
And listen, it's not that she has a man right there that I'm gonna call the minute James is out of here. But you don't want her to say, okay, well, I got these kids over here. Like I'm still young. Within the year, I need to be talking to somebody. Or within 5 years, you don't want her to have that plan
Hell
for
no.
herself.
Nigga,
So
more
you want
me.
her to just be miserable.
Mourn me.
That's some selfish ass shit.
That's not
some
even
selfish ass
That wasn't the
shit.
question. The
not-
question was
it's not
No,
only-
we're
that wasn't the
talking
question.
about, we're
It's
talking
not
about
only-
that this plan can look like different things. I don't think it just mean that, hey, I'm gonna pick up my phone and call this
All right,
nigga to come
so
home.
look, that's why I was saying, let me hear what y'all think a backup. Because when I think backup plan, that is, if she cut up today, I can call her tomorrow. That's what I envision a backup.
every man
plan.
got that, man. Stop it.
Nah.
Stop it, James.
Cap.
It's Hey, when y'all see this episode, leave y'all comment and tell James he
Please.
capping. He
Please,
capping like
tag
shit.
me in it. Tag me in it.
Ladies, James is saying that today or tomorrow, if his wife start cutting up, he don't got nobody he could DM and be like, yo, what it do? What you doing tonight? You ain't got that. Okay. I leave.
Not to, no, think about what you're saying.
I'm thinking exactly
about
what I'm
what you're
saying.
saying.
What?
Now, are you saying if that happened, could I go and holler at somebody?
And it be reciprocated.
I don't know if it'd be
Yes.
reciprocated.
What you mean? So you
'Cause
don't
I
know?
don't-
So you don't know when a female is interested in you?
You have an idea?
Bullshit. Come on, man.
No,
Yo.
you have an idea.
Ari,
but
who he bullshit?
Listen, this is what I'm saying. Though.
I'm listening.
Like I said, when I think backup plan
Right.
is I already got this thing tucked off already. Right? I already know that
I
this
think the
this a
backup plan
go-to.
looks different for everybody.
That's why I was asking you the
Okay,
question.
so-
so in your humble opinion, what a backup plan look like to you? You say the roster deep right now.
So let me tell you, for me, right? I'm single. Until there is some commitment, I mean engagement, I'm dating. So I'm gonna always keep my options open.
Okay.
I'm gonna always have a plan B. Until we cross that line, I'm gonna just put that roster in the closet.
let me
But it
interject for a
ain't going
second.
nowhere.
You ever been married?
No.
You've been married.
I have.
How long?
How long I was married? Over 5 years. And yes, I had a backup plan.
That a bit.
Yes, I had a backup plan.
What did that look like?
The minute that nigga started tripping and I had to get out of there, I called the backup plan.
So that means that the backup plan and the husband had to be active.
And let me
Concurrently.
so look, I'm gonna be very transparent. I was in an abusive marriage.
Okay.
I'm just being very
Okay.
transparent. I was in an abusive marriage. I didn't talk to this dude every day. Didn't know what was going on. But he was a person that I knew when shit got rough, I can make that call, no questions answered. He was gonna come there for me. I'm gonna always keep that in the tuck. We never crossed no lines while I was married. We didn't have no long, lengthy conversations. But he was always the backup plan. It was the one person in my life that I knew no matter where I was in life, he was gonna be there for me.
And you think everybody has that.
Not to that extent, but everybody got that one person, either to get your dick wet or whatever the case may be. Everybody got that one person that's gonna take your mind off of the person that was tripping or the person that you left or the person that left you.
I think it just looks different for everybody.
Some niggas backup plan might just be just getting their dick sucked. So who cares about like you laughing? I'm dead serious.
No.
If your wife ain't sucking your dick and you go to another bitch to get your dick sucked, that's your backup plan.
I mean, I think let's bring this conversation really, really deep. Your backup plan, you might not be having the nastiest, freakiest sex that you want to. So porn is your backup plan.
Nah.
Everybody has
nah.
a backup plan.
The porn run concurrent.
We talking
like
about
that.
the ones who not gonna cross the line with another woman.
Right. Okay. I can see where she's coming from. But you're saying like you altogether alone like would never have a backup plan.
I have not had one.
Right, because you don't need one because you're married. But if your marriage was supposed
But
to,
that's the question.
but if your marriage was supposed to end tomorrow,
Right.
you're not gonna go the next year and be like, okay, man, damn, I gotta go out there, I gotta find some shorties to date. I gotta call this number. No, you got all that already. You just don't use it. With great power comes great responsibility. You don't abuse that power, but you got it.
So you saying he has it and he doesn't know he has it?
No, he has it. He know he has it, but he just not gonna use it because he don't need to use it. But push come to shove, if he gotta use it, he gonna use it
Why we think like that?
because that's just how it is.
No, like think about it. Because if you thinking like that, are you really committed to the marriage?
Yes,
Really?
just because you thinking like don't mean you're not committed.
You think that?
So let me ask you, hold on. So
Yeah.
you think since you married, right,
right.
and you have sexual thoughts about another woman, you cheating?
No, I don't think that's cheating.
Same shit.
I don't think that's cheating.
Right, same shit. Why we think like that? Because we're human.
But that's all right. So you add an element like everything is sexual.
For the backup plan?
Yeah.
No, not everything. Like it could be saying like what she said.
Because if you think about it, like if you lose that when you divorced, the first thing you wasn't thinking about is feeling a sexual void.
No. Okay, so let's not make the topic about sexual, right? Let's make it about just the backup plan, period. It could be something that your wife can't have an intellectual conversation with you, but your backup plan can. You could call your backup plan at 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, yo, what you think about this? I got this idea for this podcast. When you be like, babe, wake up, I got this idea for this podcast. She be like, nigga, go to sleep. And then you get up and you go in the living room and be like, you text, yo, I got this idea for this podcast. What you think? And then all you hear is ping, 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 ping. She's texting you back. That's your fucking backup plan.
I don't have an iPhone. So, but all right. So
I
is that
agree.
a,
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But is that a backup plan or a friend?
That's a backup plan. You can call her a friend all you fucking want to.
If you're not having sex with her,
It ain't about sex all the time.
Sometimes it be emotional connections.
Yeah.
It don't always be sex, but I think that speaks to like that animalistic thing in men and women, right? Like I think one person does not satisfy you. I think we just say this is the norm, all right? Like I'm just supposed to be with this one person for the rest of my life. But then we look at all of this other shit that we ignore, right? Like you might be a nasty motherfucker. I know y'all say don't bring sex, but I'm just gonna go through things. You might be a nasty motherfucker, but she give you the boringest ass sex. You're settling in that. Oh, that's not sex is not important. Well, we know that is a major part of the relationship. Or she might not be a go-getter. She might just go work her 9 to 5 and that's what it is. She might not be a great cook. All of these things you just like, okay, but I know she has these qualities, so I'm gonna stick it out. But then you meet this motherfucker randomly who has all of these other things that this person don't have. You may not act on it, but the minute this shit over here go left, you're over there. You're
agree?
over there.
You agree?
no.
How you
You're
not
over
agree,
there.
James? Come on, man.
How you know all that shit?
What you mean? Constantly talking to them.
No. You don't know the stuff she was talking about. You don't know that by talking, right?
What you mean?
talk about
About what?
the sex. You talk about all that, right?
We're
You talking
talking
about the
when we
cooking.
said all of this stuff, we're talking about the home front.
Yeah.
But then you go and you entertain
Right. You say,
somebody.
but you say all those. You say the person don't. The home front don't do this. Don't have that. Don't have that. But then you meet all this person that have all these qualities. When that separate, you going over there. But how do you even know they got all
Because
those
it could be
qualities?
simple shit. Like, let me tell you something. One thing men don't realize, women are very strategic. We know who we want. We don't give a fuck what you got going on. And I know some women gonna say, nah, that's not true. But it's the truth. You know what you want. It could start off like at some simple shit like at your job. Where they be like, oh, James, I cook spaghettis. Taste this. Baiting you in. Oh, James, let me have this conversation with you. Baiting you in. You might never act on it, but the minute this shit go over here, you're going to be like, damn, she been on my top. Because then, like, your eyes is going to be looking at everything from a different lens.
right.
That must have been some bomb ass spaghetti. Had to be some
But
bomb
listen,
ass spaghetti.
I do think there is a very low percentage of men like you that don't have a plan, that don't think like that. But that 70%, they out here.
Yo, let us know in the comments. 50% too high, too low. This man says closer to 100. She says around 70. Y'all let us know in the comments. Make sure y'all tag us in that.
What's your percentage? If do you agree with the 50%? He don't agree. You don't agree with the 50%.
It's probably closer to 40.
Chat.
I think
what
it's
world
60,
is
40.
what world is this nigga living
I think
in?
it's 60-40.
Which one is the 60?
40 high.
I think
40 is high.
Which one is the 60?
No, that's not high.
Which one is the 60? The niggas that ain't doing it?
Yeah.
No, son.
No.
What?
But listen, I think that's fair for him to feel like that. How long you been married?
11 years.
You've been out the game for 11 years.
12 years.
You've been out the game. So you don't know what it look like out of here. But there's more people that sides with us than you.
Yeah.
How many married people y'all know?
I know a
I
few.
almost exposed some stuff.
I know a
But
few.
listen, so we talked about the DMs, right?
Right.
everything in my DM have a fucking wife. Everything in my DM has a wife.
And it's, James, it's not as though like, okay, so you've been married, you say 11 years? Okay, there's one point in my 20s, right? Because I'm in my
that was a
40s.
very long time
I'm in my
ago.
40s right now. So in my 20s, I mess with nothing but married women
Wow.
because that was the easiest females to deal with. They didn't want nothing from me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to be around after we did what we did. They go back home to their husbands and shit like that. So I'm talking from experience when you say shit like that. Because all married women got that one side nigga.
So let me ask y'all a question.
God damn it. You watching.
Don't do her that.
we got your back. We got your back.
Mama.
Watch your front.
Let me ask y'all a question. Is it safe to say, I'm a single woman, right? Is it safe to say that every man, married, single, is attached to something?
What you mean by something?
Have a woman in their life if it's a sneaky link, if whatever y'all want to call it, is it safe to say that every man has something that they're attached to?
Yes. James, and I'm gonna say that
wait.
before you disagree with me, I'm gonna say this. They're attached to something. It can be I'm attached to 1% of her or 100%. The bottom line is you still attached.
I need a better explanation.
Have a woman.
No.
Have a woman,
Yes.
have somebody that they talk to on
Yes.
a regular,
Yes.
have somebody that they sleeping with.
Let me tell you something. First of all, no. Second of all, ain't nothing 100%. So when you say every man, that means you speaking to everything and every mankind? No, that ain't true.
Okay, we can fucking give it a
You
90.
gotta,
give
you gotta
it
put
a
percentages on it.
98,
Okay, well, let's not
98,
put-
98.9%.
That's high, bro.
Yeah.
90.
That's high.
Of course it's high. This
What the fuck y'all grew up at?
in reality,
Yeah.
in fucking reality, bro.
Bro,
And I told you, I think
it's not just, so look, I'm not just speaking for myself. Because I know you think that just because you're not something that you don't have experience or expertise or know people, like I know several married men, right?
Right?
Those percentages high, bro.
You know 7 married men what? Finish that. What?
You saying that all
You know-
of them attached
you know-
to another woman?
so. Every married man, you probably sorry friends that he knows. So every man you know is 100% faithful that's married.
So the next
Bullshit.
segment we're talking about,
Bullshit.
We gonna break the
We're
point.
not skipping
No, listen.
nothing.
No.
We're not skipping
We're not about to
nothing.
do
We
that.
having real
we're
conversation.
not about to do that.
We having real
So
conversation.
the next
Hey,
segment
listen, man.
is
Listen.
Grade
Wait.
the Voice.
We're not gonna let them do that. This is the fucking den we
Yo.
on. The den speaks the facts. Like, yo, it is what it is, James.
All right, I'm gonna say this. There's an exception to every rule.
Correct. Okay.
To every rule.
Answer the question.
I did.
Yes or no?
There's an exception to every rule.
What's the exception to this rule?
So the next segment is Grade the Voice. All right, so we're gonna do something a little different with this one.
Got out of that one.
You got out of that one
We
quick.
going back
Shout
to
out
that
to
That's
one.
all right. That's
we
all right.
going back to that
Shout
one.
out to folks now. You heard
Shout
me?
out to all
Shout
the
out to the homies.
Shout out to all the married men out there. Shout out to all the married females out there. Keep your marriage strong. Keep it going.
Grade the Voice. So they got a lot of fuck it. We going straight into it. She said Michael Jackson couldn't dance.
Chat.
That's not
Chat.
what I
That
said.
is
Chat.
what you said.
Chat.
That
She
is
did
not
say
what
that.
I
She
said.
did say that
no,
shit.
No. Let me explain what I said. I said, do we think Michael Jackson was a great dancer because there was nobody else to compare him to?
No, we had James Brown was a great dancer,
They not the
Sammy
same
Davis
age
Jr.
group.
They are. They closer than you think.
but
Look
that's
how long Michael Jackson been out.
okay. So I got this. Would
Okay.
you call Chris Brown a great dancer?
Yes.
Why?
In this time, because
Why?
there's other people that I could compare him to. So, like, because we had this conversation. you would put Chris Brown, Omarion, and Usher in the category,
They're
right?
not
Stop.
in the same age range.
Stop right there.
But no,
Yeah,
but I'm
same.
saying, but they outright not currently touring
Stop right
doing
there.
music.
Let me ask you something. Why do you think that you had anybody to compare Michael Jackson to?
Who?
No, why do you think you
I'm
didn't?
asking you. I'm asking.
There
you.
wasn't nobody on his level to
Okay,
compare him to.
But so that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the man is not great. Like, I'm a Michael Jackson fan. All I'm saying is, if we had somebody else that was on his level, that was a dancer,
Ari.
would we think he was like the shit?
If you look
Yeah.
up, if you ask any dance, how you say it? Choreographer, Michael Jackson.
I'm not denying that. I just asked the question.
What was the
Y'all-
question?
Y'all really answered the question.
What was the question?
I said, do you think, because we had nobody to compare him to, we just thought he was like the greatest dancer of all time?
No, I could compare him to dancers today, and he still blows them out the water.
Okay, that's fair.
But there was dancers then. See, I think you're looking at the question the wrong way. You're saying there was no one
My
to compare.
question, nigga, how I'm looking at it.
But look, because you're saying you're saying there's no one to compare him to, like nobody existed.
I'm talking about at the time we was on Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Who else was out popular?
Prince?
Okay, was Prince a dancer?
No.
So you can't compare Prince and Michael.
That was
We
the
know-
only
But-
two
but-
people
but-
in the
we're
world, bro.
But they had dancers, but they
That-
wasn't
that's
on.
all-
Only
they weren't on his
talking
level, though.
But we're only talking about dancing. Y'all answer the questions, baby. Let's get to the real thing. You said his singing capabilities is a damn C.
So that's the question.
And
We
this
gonna
is
grade the voice.
and this is where I draw the line with this nigga
We
at.
gonna grade
I let
the
this
voice.
nigga get away with a lot of shit.
Listen,
I ain't letting him get away with this shit right here, y'all. I got y'all.
Michael Jackson is a C greatest singer, bro.
So why can he be?
Watch
Why
the
can
fuck
he be?
out.
So
A
why
C.
can he be a C singer, but he can't be the best fucking dancer?
He is the best dancer.
But a C singer.
He's an entertainer, bro. You're not gonna put it. So, all right.
So okay, so
My man,
Yo,
hold on. My
we
man.
never have
My
we
man.
ever really seen Michael sing live? That's a question.
Yeah.
When? Because everything I see that nigga lip syncing.
Lip singing.
No, he didn't lip sync.
What is wrong with these motherfuckers?
She must be talking about Michael
Fact
Johnson.
checker. you want to see him sing live? Fact check. Listen, you said a C?
A C. Yeah, C. What song are you pointing to say, yo, he killed that?
Every song.
Nigga, every song, bruh.
I'm answering his question.
Oh, I thought you was on that.
No, I don't think he's like a great singer. I think he's a great entertainer, and I think it's a difference.
That's the difference. So what song you saying, oh, he might kill that? Like Mike. He thinking.
I ain't thinking. I'm
That's
looking
what
at
he
you
doing,
confused. I'm
when,
like,
when niggas stare at you
every
like that, that's what
song,
they
bro.
think. Every song?
like, you think Michael can blow?
No.
No,
Beat it?
no.
You gonna got me singing, everybody
Bad.
want to be Eddie Kane. Who you think can sing better than Michael Jackson?
Eddie Kane Jr. Nigga like
Prince,
ah,
Prince.
I ain't say that.
I need somebody sitting right
I
here
ain't
next.
say
I
that.
need,
Let me
I
ask
need
you a
somebody
question.
sitting right here next to
They
me.
kind of one the same.
What the fuck
Neither
are y'all
one of them
talking
can really
about?
sing.
No, I don't think he's.
I don't even like Luther Vandross, bro. And Luther Vandross is a better singer than
He's definitely
both
a
of
singer,
those.
but that's churchy too. He comes straight out the
Luther
church.
Vandross could sing better than Michael Jackson.
Hell yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
You
he
don't
sang
think
better
so?
than Mike.
The
And I don't
fuck?
even like Luther.
So let me ask you this. Clearly, you think Beyonce is a great singer.
No.
So would you give
What's
Beyonce?
the difference?
What?
All right,
you give
wait, no.
Beyonce?
This is gonna tell the whole story. Is Michael Jackson a better singer than Beyonce?
I can't. Male versus female. I can't do that.
Why?
I just can't. Because females always gonna have an upper hand. Always.
Why?
Because their voices are more sensual. Is more.
So you think Beyonce can't sing? Or no? How you grade? it?
Okay,
Let's grade the
okay.
voice. Great. Beyonce. Let's grade
I
the
give
voice.
Beyonce as far as singing. I give Beyonce.
Let's see.
I give Beyonce 3 mics
No, great.
out of 5.
Let's give a
Grade.
grade. Let's give a grade.
I give her a C.
Let's
So
see.
you comparing her and Michael Jackson?
To Michael Jackson. That's not
No,
fair?
he's giving her a C. He's giving Michael Jackson a
Would
C.
you give Michael Jackson an A?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
What you give Mike?
let's see.
Y'all tripping,
Beyonce.
bro. Y'all tripping.
I give him a
Okay, so hold
C.
on. So, who can I put Beyonce up? Oh, shit.
Jasmine Sullivan.
There you go.
That's an A.
A.
That's an A.
A, all the way.
But let's keep it funky. She's not an entertainer.
No.
This right. So if entertainer, I give Beyonce A.
Yeah.
She's on.
definitely
She's
definitely
untouchable.
gonna get an A.
She's
Yes.
untouchable.
Look.
Yes.
But voice, Christina Aguilera got her beat. As far as singing, man, watch out.
She could
bro.
hit some notes, but
Okay, let me check y'all temperature. What y'all get Whitney Houston?
Hey.
A.
A+. So that's a singer,
And you. So what?
and that's where I put Mike at.
But-
That's where I put
You
Mike
put
at.
Mike
But-
and Whitney Houston.
Yes!
She wasn't an entertainer. We knew Whitney was gonna get up
there. He said he's giving Mike
The
Whitney,
same
with Whitney Houston.
on a Mills platform. Yes.
there. What you mean on the male
Like
platform?
I can't put Michael Jackson here and then put Whitney Houston here and be like, y'all go do a sing off like The Voice and whoever win. Whitney Houston's gonna
Boy,
win.
let me
Whitney
tell
Houston
you,
is gonna win that
I
battle.
ain't even got to go deep. Mike came out saying Wanye Morris.
Who the fuck is that?
Boys
See?
to Men.
Boys the Men.
Man, you tripping.
No.
Nobody on Boyz II Men can sing better than Michael Jackson. Nobody.
You gonna stand on that island?
I'm gonna stand on that motherfucker by myself. Ain't nobody on Boyz II Men could sing better than Michael Jackson,
Michael
bro.
Jackson can't sing better than Robert
God,
Kelly.
I wish we was doing this
He
fucking
can't
show
sing better
live.
than Robert Kelly. It's R. Kelly. He can't sing
R.
better
Kelly
than
is an A. R. Kelly is a fucking
What
A.
the
I'll
fuck?
give him
R. Kelly is an A.
A. I give
R.
him-
Kelly is an entertainer.
So let me ask y'all a question.
He's the
He's
greatest.
not a sing-
He's
Yo.
the
Let me ask
greatest.
y'all a question. Is R. Kelly a storyteller?
Yes.
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 I just was asking.
But listen, back to
The first.
R. Kelly is not a singer. R. Kelly talks.
R. Kelly could sing, bro. He ain't the greatest singer. No,
How
I'm
the
not
fuck-
giving him
okay,
an A.
wait, how the
I'm
fuck?
not giving
How,
him
how,
an
the-
A.
how the fuck can you not be the greatest singer, but you gonna say he better than Michael Jackson?
Because Michael Jackson is C.
I can tell you, for me, my opinion, Lucky Day is better than Michael
Yes,
Jackson.
Who the fuck is Lucky Day?
Yes, indeed.
We got to educate you. Eric Benet is
Yes,
better
indeed.
than Michael Jackson.
Yes, indeed.
Maxwell is a better singer.
Yes,
Oh
indeed.
my God,
Anthony
these
Hamilton.
motherfuckers.
Anthony Hamilton.
Stop,
all of them out the water.
stop.
And I love Mike. Nigga, I wanted the little curl in the front. Like I wanted to. Like, look, I used to wanna. At 4 years old, I used to stand in the mirror like, wow. I
Okay,
just want the
all
little
right.
curl.
So
want the
I
curl.
see where this is going. So
We're talking about pure talent.
okay, so y'all just giving
Singing ability.
So y'all just giving Michael Jackson an A on.
No, we
and
never
be-
gave him an A.
What is he? What is he on? What is he as an entertainer?
He's the
Sing-
greatest entertainer
That's
of all
an A.
time.
But singing
A
is
plus
a
plus
C.
plus.
He's not
A
the greatest
C.
singer.
A C.
Yes. He's not the greatest singer.
Wow,
See,
And remember,
wow.
I'm the one out this little clique right here that thinks he's not the greatest dancer either.
that's rough.
Wow.
So how you give?
Ari,
him
how the
an A?
fuck? Okay, he's not the greatest singer and he's not the greatest dancer. How the fuck is he the greatest entertainer then? Though you got to put those two things together to become an entertainer.
I never said he was a bad dancer. All I'm saying is now with these new eyes, these 48-year-old eyes, when I was watching him the other, because this is crazy. This is why I think he's the greatest entertainer. Symphony 5 is into Michael Jackson right now. That shit is insane to me. How the fuck you even know who Michael Jackson is? Everything she talks about is Michael Jackson. So we was watching a bunch
Shout
of
out to
Michael
Symphony.
Jackson videos. And I was watching it and I was like, this nigga doing the same thing. It's a bunch of popping and locking. Like, is this really great
No,
dancing?
but you got to remember when you say he's doing the same thing, they're doing what he was doing.
No, I get
He's
that.
the
I'm not
inventor
saying,
of that.
I think y'all missing the point of what I'm saying. I'm not saying that what he did wasn't great. I'm just saying we never really had nobody to battle that motherfucker. Like, we don't know if there was somebody else that had a better technique. Michael was the only front runner. I think he is wonderful. I'm glad that my baby is learning.
Well, let me tell you, I think he's the only front runner because he was a step ahead of
Yeah.
a lot of people as far as people saw the moonwalk and was like, yo, that shit is not possible.
That's all I'm asking is a
But
question.
what
That
you're
makes
saying is,
sense.
though-
But for me, and it's my opinion, I just don't think he's the greatest dancer that we thought.
So look, think about it. This is the difference. You're posing the question. The question could be posed a couple different ways, right? Like you saying it. Did he not have any competition? Competition existed. You're speaking as though there was just nobody else around. Competition existed, but they were no competition. They weren't doing what he was doing.
But that's exactly what
But
I'm saying.
but that's saying he's
Like they
that
was
much
dancing,
great. Yeah,
they were
dancers,
dancing, but
they were-
nobody was looking at them
nobody
because they was
was
like,
close.
That's
ho, 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 y'all stay over
what
here.
I'm saying.
Right, and that's what making the
So,
greatest dancer.
yeah,
like they're
That's
like,
exactly what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
But that's
If
what
we
makes him
had
the great.
somebody,
But you're comparing them to people because
Ari,
they're
we did.
comparable.
We did. Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you
Go
what
ahead.
he's saying. Right? It's like Michael Jackson dancing over here, right? And you're dancing over there in the corner. We are like,
you're
yeah,
going to look at Michael.
Ari, we see you over there pop locking in the corner, but fuck all that. We here because this nigga doing some shit that
Nobody else doing. Yeah. When you
all
talk
that
about
shit.
Usher and Chris Brown, they all in the same arena because they're
Let's keep it
within-
real.
in the same
Let's keep it
realm.
real. If Usher and Chris Brown was dancing, I wouldn't be watching what Usher doing.
No,
Nah.
and they had a dance battle, and Chris Brown knocked him out the wall. I think for a minute in their battle, they was doing the same thing, but then this lanky, tall motherfucker did a backflip, killed it. Like, but that's all I'm saying. I don't want y'all to think that I'm saying Michael Jackson wasn't the man. That's
She
not
shitting
what I'm
on Mike,
saying.
y'all.
We
You
just don't
shitting, y'all
know.
shitting on Mike when y'all like Mike can't sing. Like,
So
That's
let's
facts.
let's do the dancing thing. I know you probably won't know this because you don't know these. Well, you know Tootie. Tootie that danced with Frida
right,
and Taki.
I don't know too.
Okay, Tootie and Taki, right?
right.
If we saw them two, the Caribbean world will automatically say Taki got it. Also over here, be
The
like,
bounce world be Tootie got it.
right. But you still can compare the two. We never had that with Michael. Michael was the front runner, even on our cousin side, on the other side. They were Michael Jackson fans. So you never even had nobody even trying to test that. You had Donnie and Marie Osmond that came out the same time the Jackson Fives and Michael Jackson was out.
But you see,
Hammer
all,
wanted to battle him.
yeah.
People forget about that.
But and then again, all the groups back then were
let me
dancing.
ask
Were
y'all a
dancing.
question.
All the groups back then
Hammer-
was
So Hammer wanted to battle Michael Jackson. We never saw that happen. Do you think
no.
Michael Jackson knew that was some shit he couldn't handle?
No.
Fuck.
I'm really asking.
No.
Michael Jackson was like, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm not even gonna waste my time
What
with
he
that
said?
shit. I'm not even gonna waste my
somebody
time.
with that voice can sing, right? So that's an A+ voice right
Yes,
there.
nigga.
Okay, all right.
I'm not even gonna waste my time with that. Like, come on, bro.
Yo,
What he say?
Yo.
One more time. One
yo,
more time.
one more time. For the camera. Look at the camera and do it.
I'm not even gonna waste my time.
Yo. Shout out to Mike.
hey, Mike, come on the stage and just do like this. That nigga ain't even gotta
the
dance.
greatest, yeah,
He ain't even gotta
greatest.
dance,
But
bro.
that speaks to the entertainment.
Yo.
Beyonce walks out there.
Anybody dancing in penny loafers, son. Like, we ain't even talk about that.
Okay, so y'all do know that the dancing that he does and his backup dancers does, he comes out with that,
I told her.
right?
I told her. That's the
So
difference.
how you can't be
Listen,
the
I
greatest
think y'all
dancer?
missing what I'm never saying that. All I asked y'all was, did we have somebody to compare it to?
Yes. Okay, it's like this, right? It's like ooh, fuck.
I think y'all thinking that I'm
Okay.
saying he's not a great dancer.
In a sports
did.
world,
That's
right?
not what I'm
You did,
saying.
slick.
In
You
a
did.
sports world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rookie LeBron James, right? They had other niggas that was playing while he was a rookie, but we wasn't watching them because this nigga was so phenomenal. It's like, we know y'all exist, but we watching him right now. So he had competition, but we wasn't paying attention to the competition. Mike had competition. We just can't name them because it's like Mike. It had other dancers out there. We just can't name them because they was irrelevant.
So let me sum it up. You're saying you acting like they didn't exist.
They existed.
They existed, but he's saying that he was just so much better than them.
All I did was ask y'all.
I know. I'm just saying.
Y'all
Like,
a little
I'm
hostile
explaining. I'm
about
summing
Michael.
it up. Yeah,
Y'all
you
a little
can play with Mike
hostile
now.
about
Come on, man.
So let's
You
get
play
back.
with Mike.
So let's get back to this thing.
Great in the voice.
You think R. Kelly is a singer?
No,
I do.
I think he's a better singer than Michael Jackson.
We doomed.
You are not alone. First of all, R. Kelly
Wrote that.
wrote that.
Okay.
R. Kelly, the greatest to me, the history of music. He got the triple crown. Nobody else got the triple crown.
No, I can't give you that. I can't give you that.
Who?
Babyface.
No.
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 Babyface is a
Yo,
great.
y'all know how many songs this motherfucker has
You
written?
know how many songs
So
R.
that
Kelly
means-
wrote?
So then that means Babyface is like what, a great composer,
Yes.
producer,
Yes.
writer, right?
He's not a great singer. No, he's not a great singer. R. Kelly's not a singer.
He the only one doing them all three levels, bro. He done wrote hit songs for other
But
people.
James, he's not a singer. He can't hit
No,
a
I don't
falsetto.
think he's
Can
a
R.
great
Kelly hit a
singer.
falsetto? No.
No, neither can Mike.
Name a song.
Hey, is not. That's not talent, bro. He is not talent. And I'm rocking with Mike.
It's
Mike's the greatest.
episodes like this where I miss DJ D-Lex. Because at this point,
What he
I'd be
was
like,
saying.
DJ D-Lex, play a fucking Michael Jackson song for this nigga.
We got
Michael
phones.
Jackson can't sing?
So let me ask you a question. So who can do all? Everything. Who can do all? Who can entertain? A great singer, great dancer. Who can do all?
R. Kelly, the only
No,
nigga I can
no,
lock in.
no,
Listen,
no.
listen to what I'm saying. He's the only dude I can lock in the studio by himself, and he can create me a hit album, not a song, not a single,
You're not
a
answering the
verse.
question.
Who
You
has
said
who
can
has it
do
all?
All of it.
Who has
R.
it
Kelly
all?
can't dance. We talking about who can do it all.
Chris Brown.
I think Chris Brown.
Chris
is probably
Brown.
the
He
one
don't
who
produce.
saw it.
Yeah, he does.
Talking about
he
dancing.
don't.
We talking about dancing and singing. He does produce half his album.
Yeah, Chris Brown produces. Chris Brown.
Production, the beat. Chris Brown do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Chris Brown.
Yes.
Chris, you talking about today or period?
Period.
Chris Brown.
I think that's why we keep hearing this conversation, right? Is Chris Brown better than Michael?
Nah.
I ain't never
But
heard that
listen,
conversation.
I've heard it. I've
No,
heard it.
that's
I've heard
that's
it.
a big thing on social media.
I've heard it. Yeah, I've heard it.
Maybe
I
just
think
don't
from
entertain.
us, because we're in our 40s, we gonna always
Why you know you
side
ain't
with
telling
Michael.
people I'm in my 40s?
Nigga, we all in our...
I look
Man,
good for this.
This is
you
the
understand?
40-40
Like,
gang right here,
Ain't
man.
nobody knew that till just now. Yeah,
Well,
it's-
it shouldn't
it's
matter,
true.
right?
It's true.
It shouldn't matter.
Because he don't need a
Let's go
backup.
back to segment
Talk about what
2.
you talking
'Cause
about.
you don't need a backup
Oh, we
plan.
talking about old shit. You talking about what you talking about? You talking about what you talking about?
Yo.
Chris Brown.
Let me not do that to that my West Bank player.
You heard me? See, that's where you messed up at. That's where you messed
Chris
up
Brown
at.
and who else? We're overlooking a lot of people that like...
I don't
Gotta
think
fact check.
we're overlooking anybody because I think that's why that conversation.
Justin
keeps coming
Timberlake?
back.
No, he can't dance.
He dance a little
He
bit.
could dance.
Nah, he can't dance.
He could dance. I think Justin is one we overlook.
He produces.
Didn't he produce the song with him and Beyonce?
I don't know.
Let's check.
Great song, by the way.
One,
Great
yes.
song. Great song, by the way. Why are you doing that? Why is she looking that up? Do we want to go into the next segment?
Yeah, let's hit the next one.
Yo, Tyler Perry, bro. What's the new movie out right now?
The one he got with
Taraji.
Taraji, yeah, where she robbed the bank. Well, she didn't rob the bank, but
Okay, I'm glad you.
I
don't
don't
even
want
know
to
the
spoil.
movie
I don't
about.
want to spoil it for
You ain't gotta
everybody,
tell us,
but
just
alright.
tell us what it's about.
It's like,
Give us the story.
okay, so let me break down Hollywood for people that don't know. I just learned this recently by fact checking and shit. Hollywood has
Take my
5.
job. Don't take.
Now I ain't taking your job because we were the original fact checkers until people started biting us off. I ain't gonna call no names, but way to go, guys.
Talk your shit.
I'm gonna talk my shit, but yeah. Hollywood has 5 storylines. Period.
Right.
All these people do is just make over the same storylines over and over and over. So broke single mom, they ain't got no money, trying to make a way for her and her kid. All Tyler Perry shows are the same fucking thing, man. Like same black people struggling. Like, can you make a fucking superhero movie or something like that? Like, come out the box, come out your element. Make something like Players Club or some shit like that. Everything is the same thing with Tyler Perry. Women that get cheated on, women that get dogged out. Like, when you gonna switch up?
I think Tyler Perry is the struggle writer, right? But I think it's very unrealistic.
Yeah.
Like I think it's very like I've been a single mother. We have some hard times. All that shit that happened to that girl in that movie is not going to happen in one goddamn day. Like it's far fetched, and I think Taraji is like a beautiful woman, a great actress. I need her to stop accepting these roles. I don't want to see her sad. I don't want to see her struggle again. I don't want her to see sweaty the whole fucking movie.
Right. It's like he's making millions off of shit that people go through everyday life. Like we don't want to see that all the time. Switch it up, bro. Like
So that's the question. Like, do Tyler Perry films glamorize the struggle?
yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
But I have a better question. Is Tyler Perry a great writer?
Not to me.
What?
All right, no. Let me rephrase that. All right. He's not my cup of tea. It's kind of like the thing with Wayne, right?
Right.
Is he great to you? He's not. I'm not gonna say he's not great because you can't question results.
I think he's great.
He's just not
at,
my cup of tea.
I think he's great at bringing certain issues to the forefront.
So let me tell you. So I watched Straw, right? Cried a couple of times in it. I didn't cry because I related that I was a single mother. I cried because the shit was just sad. It's like, fuck.
Oh, what?
But it did not make me feel like I can relate to her because that shit just not normal.
Now, let me say this though. Let me say this. I didn't know that. I know you cried.
Yeah, like it was sad.
If you cried, then he pretty good at what he do.
Yeah. He touched something in you
Yeah.
to make you feel like fuck.
Yeah.
Nigga out here song and cry. So that
That's
I
just a
wouldn't,
great songwriter,
I wouldn't say he's a great writer because everything he wrote has not made me cry. But it's like the girl played the fuck out the part. So she made it relatable, but I did not relate on the strength that I have been a single mother. No. It just was a sad ass story. That's like the same thing if we watch a slave movie. Ain't none of us been a fucking slave. But you be like, damn, you gonna beat him again? It's the same thing.
Yeah, but all right. So I see what you're saying. I get what you're saying. And again, he ain't my cup of tea. But if he touched the nerve, because every movie is supposed to they trying to pull something out of you, whether it's joy, whether it's hate, whether it's sympathy, right? They trying to pull that out of you. So if he was able to pull that emotion out of you at that time, you have to give him credit for that. Does that mean he's great?
No.
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 But you have to give him credit for being able to pull that emotion because
So you don't think
weren't
the
alone in that
actress
moment.
pulled it out?
Yeah, of course. But you can't separate the two.
Yeah, you can.
Nah.
You could be a shitty ass writer could have a great ass.
And vice versa.
Like
Nah.
we see that on
Yeah.
Tubi.
Nah, it can't be. It can't be vice versa.
Man, you seen plenty
Ain't no
movies
good-
that were
ain't-
great
ain't-
movies and the action
No,
acting was
ain't,
bad.
ain't no great writer gonna make can make a great actor actress. No, if you
No,
if
you're
you
not making them, but you've seen great films with bad acting.
like name one great film that had a bad actor in it.
I can name several.
Name one.
Boys in the Hood.
Posse, Boys in the Hood. What's the one when they robbed the liquor
Insert
store?
black movie.
Period. Poetic Justice.
You think that was bad acting?
Janet Jackson is not a great actress. Fuck no.
I don't
We like Janet from being Penny on Good Time.
know. Look, all right. So look, I don't think she's a good actress, but I don't think she was bad at Poetic Justice. Again, I'm like 12.
But okay,
13.
let's be very honest. She didn't have a lot of speaking in Poetic Justice either. If we talk about acting, not Michael. What's his name that's in Sinners right now? Who played
Michael B. Jordan?
that nigga don't talk a lot. So can we say he's a great actor?
No.
No, I never thought he was a great actor.
You just been in great movies.
But facts. But you can't completely take it away from him. Like you
No,
gotta
I would
give him
never
some
take that
credit.
away from him.
Yeah. So I don't think he's a great. I never did think he was a great actor.
Samuel L. Jackson,
Great actor.
Great,
Denzel Washington.
great.
Great actor.
That's what I'm talking about.
But let
You-
me tell you this.
But
You-
we have
Denzel
also
the
They
same.
can
saw
make-
them in different roles.
They can make you. They could make you as a writer. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Them
Facts.
actors can make you as a writer. A writer can't make Denzel Washington.
Let me ask y'all a question. Because this is one of the ones I don't think he's that great. Terrence Howard.
I'm not that big on him.
I'm not that big on him either. I'm not.
Good, like, all right, prime example. I'm glad you brought that up. What's the show that they had on NBC for a little while?
What's it, Empire?
Empire.
Empire.
Now, the first season of Empire had
Was
me
the
locked.
shit.
And I don't even watch TV, right? Like, but it was on and I got into it. I'm like, yo, this kind of dope. I like the music angle and all that stuff there. And then I heard that, who wrote that? Lee Daniels?
Lee Daniels.
Initially wanted Wesley Snipes. And when I heard that, I said he would have killed that.
But did we like Empire because Taraji was in it?
Yeah.
I think she made the show.
So you think? So you think Wesley Snipes would have made a better Lucius?
Yes.
Nah.
Or
Nah.
Dino Brown.
Dino Brown. Yes.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Come on.
I forgot
Come
about
on,
that.
man.
All right.
Okay, let's talk
all
about Wesley
right.
Snipes.
I forgot about that.
Everybody that knows me know I'm like into the vampire shit, right? Wesley Snipes was not a great vampire
Nah.
in Blade.
Nah.
He was horrible.
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 But Wesley Snipes is a horrible action actor, but gangster role, kill it every single time.
Larry Fishburne.
He was great.
Gangster.
Mm-hmm.
Gangster.
He was great.
Gangster.
Yeah, he was great.
Gangster.
I'm gonna give y'all Ice Cube.
Nah, I don't give him as a good actor. I don't give him as a good actor because I've only seen him in one role.
So I'm glad you said that. You was leading me into where I was trying to go with it. If you think about Denzel, we all agree Denzel a great actor, right?
We saw him in multiple things.
We saw him play multiple different things, but he's the same person in each role. Same cadence, same voice. He takes on that role.
He takes on it.
Right.
Because you didn't see him as nobody but Malcolm X.
Right. But he's the same person,
Mm-hmm.
same demeanor. He talked the same way, but he makes the role himself instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
He's
But I
as
think
unique.
that's what makes him great.
Yeah,
right?
he's as unique as you'll ever see in that. Like, he don't change. It's kind of one of the things, this is going to be kind of a weird comparison, but I think y'all going to understand what I'm saying. One thing I always appreciated about BG, and I was never a big BG fan, but I liked him the most coming up. He had this slow style, right? Slow, always. But he never let the track speed him up. He never let the track change him. He always was able to be himself on that track. No matter how the track changed, how different it was, he was always able to be him. I kind of look at Denzel that same way. Like, the role, he's going to be him. He's going to figure out how to make this role him, and he knock it out the park every time. We never seen a Denzel movie like, nah, Denzel didn't do a good job on that.
So see, this is what confuses me with my lovely podcast host, right? It's the same thing with Wayne. I don't care what beat you put in front of him, what mixtape he's on, he's the same Wayne. Just like you speaking about BG, he don't change.
No, you talking about subject. I'm talking about style. He raps the same way. Wayne changes how he rap all the time. He rap fast, he rap slow, he do all that shit. Like, he changes.
Y'all impressions is on point. What Wayne do?
So, cause like I said, this thing and people got mad at me, but I think y'all gonna understand what I'm talking about. Lil Wayne created mumble rap.
You gave it to him?
I give it to him.
I don't think so.
He did. He
Nah,
started mumbling.
I don't think so
He
because
did. He
because
started mumbling.
I
The
don't.
South created that shit.
I
Don't
think
do
the
that, nigga.
South.
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I'm doing it.
No.
I said it. I said it. The South created that shit.
I
Who?
think Lil Wayne talks like every New Orleans nigga.
No.
Nah,
Yes.
nah,
No.
nah,
I
nah,
do.
No.
nah.
I think they all
They weren't
sound
doing
the
that.
same.
Nobody from New Orleans was doing
I
that.
think that mumble rap came from Atlanta.
You know,
Who?
I'll give you a case in point. It might not have come from him, but he's the main culprit that I think
He did.
did that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you who. The motherfucker that just got out of jail. Shit.
Which
Slime,
one?
Spider.
No,
Oh, you
not-
talking
Young
about
Thug.
Young
Reggie
Thug.
boyfriend? Oh,
Young Thug.
His
Young
name
Thug.
is Spider now.
his name is
Just
Spider
in-
now.
just in case.
Oh,
Excuse me,
his name?
Spider.
They call him Spider.
Shout out to Spider.
Fact checker on the fact.
Shout out to Spider.
Yeah,
His
I
mama
think-
called him Young Thug. I'm gonna go.
I think he created that shit. Like, I first heard, I was like, what the fuck?
He got that from Wayne.
Man.
Well,
He said that.
when they first brought him to our attention, the whole style was Wayne. It was. But I if you want to say mumble rap, I think for me the first time I recognized mumble rap was the Migos.
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
me.
Wayne was already doing it.
Nah, but not like how you could understand shit Wayne was saying, bro.
No, you couldn't.
Can you understand Young Thug?
No.
I can understand Wayne.
I can understand Wayne.
But again,
I
I,
just-
think that speaks to Wayne speaks like half the people I fucking talk to. So that's why I'm able to
You need to
understand
talk
Wayne.
to
but
You
I,
need to talk to new people.
right,
Clearly.
because I'm Caribbean, right?
Right.
So I could understand Wayne.
Oh, we hear y'all turn it off and on.
I cannot understand Young Thug.
no.
Yo, if you ever hear him on the phone with one of his partners, I'd be like, what the fuck is this?
But again, I think because you're not just consistently around that, because I understand everything y'all say.
Right?
So I think it's just something that you just have to be in. We not really around them Atlanta niggas like that. Like, I don't understand nothing they're saying. The only thing I can get out is shorty. Other than that, I don't know what you say.
And you know they get that from New York.
But you see, the thing is, right, with all right, with Caribbean people, right, we are speaking English.
It's just fast.
We just is number one is fast, and number two, we cut certain words, letters out of the word. You know what I'm saying? So, but
give us an example. Go ahead and run it for the people.
like
man.
if you say like, yo, what's going on? You would say, what's going on?
Right.
We would say, wapnin. That's like what's going on, like what's happening. It's what's happening, but we say wapnin. You know?
Y'all making shit up.
Or Trinidadians say wapnin. Jamaicans might say wagwan. Like what's going on? But
Yeah.
wagwan. It's the same shit. You just gotta listen.
Okay.
You just gotta slow it down and just listen. It's English.
Y'all right.
I hate when people say, "Hey, what do you speak?" I speak fucking English. What the
But I
fuck?
tell a lot of people though, like I have a lot of friends from Jamaica, but the ones that's from like the countryside, it's hard for me to understand them. Like sometimes when old girl talk, you know what I'm talking about. Her accent is so thick and heavy. I'm like, say it again. But like other people I talk to, it flows.
And the South, we know the South, the music is English, but it's just like, yo, y'all taking it too far.
Like what? Give me an
Y'all
example.
I think we create our own words in the South.
I don't.
Wagwan is not a creation of your own words.
It's what's going on.
That's not what he said.
That's exactly
That's
what I said.
exactly what he
No,
said.
say it.
Wagwan.
What's going on? He just told you they
He
cut
created
certain
his-
letters out.
That's creating your own thing.
You think so?
Yeah. It's the same thing. You just looking at it different.
But
The South do the same thing.
nah, man.
What's down? What is that?
It's the same. What's happening? What's up?
Same thing.
Yeah, but in the music though, it's like it's hard, man. Because if that wasn't the case, you don't hear, oh, that's mumble reggae or that's mumble hip hop. Mumble rap, they gave them that because we can't fucking understand what they're
Okay,
saying.
so but okay, I got one for you. If we're talking about dance hall right now, what
Right.
is it called? Gunman music? I don't know what the fuck they say.
Okay, well, the gunman music is because they only talk about guns.
But the way that style of flows to me sounds more like mumble rap. Because we don't really understand what they saying.
Okay, so in each genre, you're gonna have your
Mumble rap.
definition of mumble rap. All right, I get it. I get it.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wagwan.
So-
that's funny.
Chat.
going on?
We're gonna sum up this episode. We're gonna cover a few things. I want y'all to comment on this, please, because this motherfucker said he gave Michael Jackson the C. She gave Michael Jackson the C. That's the only thing I want y'all to comment on for this right here. Is that right there? But I'm gonna let y'all take.
You
it.
outnumbered.
And tell us who's the A's. We want to know who
Yeah,
everyone.
put the
who's
A's in the comments, right?
Who gets an A plus? My A plus right now is Chris Brown. I don't care what y'all say. Chris Brown does it all. Hey, oh, and let the fact checker fact.
Fact checker.
It's the drink. It's the drink.
Justin Timberlake is a producer.
He produced.
Oh, I ain't go that far.
That matters.
but he is a record producer.
Shout out to him. Yo, you closing us out?
I'll let you do it.
Yo, thank y'all for coming out. It's the Den Podcast. Like, subscribe. What's that on?
And share.
Share, like, subscribe.
And also,
Subscribe
if you
share.
guys have any topics that you'd like to hear us talk about here on the Den, give us
hit us up. Hit us up
in
on
the
the
chat.
DM.
Put it somewhere in the chat in the DM.
Yeah.
And follow us on all social media platforms.
And don't pay attention to Ari spilling her drink on the floor right there because she's tipsy as a
Tipsy,
I made that shit
tipsy.
strong as shit. But
Tipsy.
You made it strong.
hell
That's
yeah,
what's
that shit was
Tipsy.
strong.
I rate this a A+.
Bartender. But guys, thanks for joining us. Signing out on the new season, episode 1, season 6. Or it's 5.
5.
Season 5, episode 1.